pretty much Aldi's only asking, do we think that Kaido, the Admirals, Big Mom, and Whitebeard could beat Loki? I'm gonna answer first. I'm gonna say this: Kaido's beating Loki. Kaido is the strongest creature alive. What he showed on Wano, Loki still hasn't shown nothing to that level, if I'm being honest. Kaido is legitimate in his power and his scaling. Big Mom, I think Big Mom's beating Loki as well just yet, but it's a little more shaky because Big Mom was glazing Loki hard that she thought she can get the One Piece just by having Loki marry her fucking ugly ass daughter, fat ugly ass daughter. So you gotta look at that a little bit different. You know? So, yeah, I'm gonna say that for that. Whitebeard is a little shaky as well because Whitebeard is sick and he's old, so maybe Loki could squeeze out a win against Whitebeard as well. But I'm still gonna root for White. I'm still gonna give Whitebeard and Big on the edge because they've shown me more than Loki. Now the Admirals, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if your name isn't Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji, you're getting washed by Loki. Fujitora Greenbow is getting washed by Loki. I don't care. But Kizaru is a little shaky. Aokiji and Akainu, I'm gonna put my money on Aokiji and Akainu just for now because I think Aokiji and Akainu are incredibly powerful. But yeah, that's all you guys asked. I don't know if Reek, you wanna answer when it comes to Loki? Like, do you think those guys can beat him? What are your thoughts on that?
Let's be honest here. The only one that's taking him out from that group is Kaido. Ain't nobody checking for no fat Big Mom. Ain't nobody checking for no old Whitebeard. We ain't checking for them against Loki. Loki is built different. Yeah. I love Whitebeard. Yeah. If he was at his prime, yes, he could beat him. Yeah. But old Whitebeard, nah, he's not in. He's not in. Not against young Loki. But I definitely do think that I don't think that they were talking about like everybody as a whole that could stop Loki because I don't think everybody was necessarily going after him. You got to think, Kaido, he was doing his own thing on Wano. He was just chilling, so he didn't really have incentive unless he did try and loot and he lost. I don't know, but I don't think Kaido went after Loki. Big Mom, I do think that she knew about Loki and she obviously did respect him. I think even though they were like matched up to be equals, I think Kaido was still stronger than Big Mom, and not by a lot, but I think it's like a good enough proportion where you could be like, okay, we got Kaido definitely behind Shanks and then Big Mom behind. But I also don't think that she's in her prime. Just look at her. So I don't think that Big Mom is in her prime, and I don't think that she's equal to Kaido in terms of strength. They're around the same level, but I don't think that they're equal. Now, Loki, I definitely do think he's watching Aokiji, Kizaru, other Admirals. I think he's washed them and put them out to dry.
Okay. What about Akainu?
Wash and put out to dry. All of them.
Okay. What about Akainu?
Akainu's the one. Yeah, I think Akainu's the one that can beat him. Because me personally, yeah, even though Aokiji and Akainu they had the little battle, Akainu still did come out on top, and he did have the elemental advantage, but he still came out on top, and I believe, didn't he take off like his arm? Like he injured him pretty badly. So I still got Akainu stronger than.
Yeah, I kind of took out Aokiji's
stronger
leg.
than Aokiji. Yeah, so I think that Akainu, he's on a different level from the other Admirals. I still think the other Admirals are still strong, but I think Akainu is like Shanks level.
Okay.
If a little bit lower.
Okay, that's a good take. Honestly, that's a good take. It's a lot of optimism when it comes to Loki. I have faith in him too, but you know me right now. I gotta wait a little bit. I don't want to come a year later and be like, oh fuck, like this guy Loki was actually not as strong as the legends of the legends. You know? So I'm gonna have a little patience with Loki, but I hope he's actually stronger than him. I wish he's stronger than him. I want him to be stronger than Luffy. I want him to be the GOAT. That's just how I am. But I will say this though. This next question is interesting too. Who do you got here? Zoro versus Shamrock. This is asked by Flower.
Yes, I was hoping you would get to that.
Yeah, that's a good question. Zoro versus Shamrock, because we know Shamrock is the second strongest Holy Knight, or maybe strongest, but right now there's a Holy Knight that we haven't yet to see that actually leads all the Holy Knights. And then there's like a unknown Holy Knight that should be the commander of the Holy Knights since Garling became a Gorosei. And then Zoro is the vice captain to a Yonko, just destroyed Lucci, just destroyed King. Yeah, Zoro is strong. When I say destroyed, obviously they put up a fight, but I'm saying that Zoro, the Conquerors Haki coding, is
he washed them.
Different. So,
he washed them.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this, yo. Zoro versus Shamrock. Who do you think's winning, yo? You said that you're a big Shamrock fan, Mr. Gildart. So who do you think's winning? Zoro versus Shamrock.
Honestly, Shamrock is washing my boy Zoro. listen, Zoro grew on me. I was a Sanji fan, but Zoro definitely did grow on me. But Shamrock, yo, this man, he Shanks his twin, so he has to be at least equal to Shanks. Me personally, I think the Holy Knights are super overpowered. Like Figure and Garland, he was there on God's Valley, so he's at least Garp level, like at least Garp level, which means that he's at least Roger level. I think that back in the day, he was on par with Garp, Roger, all of them. I think that the Holy Knights, they're just a whole. I think they're a whole nother level. So the fact that his son is Shanks and Shamrock, and these two, if Oda wants to, be fair, I think that Shamrock should be equal to Shanks. So I think that he's gonna wash Zoro, and I think that the Holy Knights, they work right underneath Imu. So Imu, he's not taking any scrubs. We saw what he did to Saturn, and Saturn wasn't no scrub. He was super strong. He was boxing with Luffy. So the fact that he's got Shamrock and Garland and all these guys underneath them, they're no scrubs either. Because they're scrubs, he would have cooked them instantly. So I definitely gotta say Shamrock. Just the fact that he's Shanks' twin, he's gotta be at least Shanks and Yonko level easily. Me personally, that's what I think. So I think he's washing Zoro.
Okay, that's a pretty good answer. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a big Zoro fan, but the guy is Shanks' twin brother, and we saw how strong Shanks was, bro. This guy's seeing 10 seconds into the future, one-shotting useless Kid and Killer. Like, honestly, Kid versus Zoro is a little bit of a question mark, even though a lot of people think Zoro is destroying Kid. Yo, Kid has Conquerors Haki. He has Conquerors Haki. He's awakening. Yo, he's pretty strong.
Yeah, that.
So, I'm telling you guys right now, you have to look at it. Shamrock narratively should be stronger than Zoro. Now, we still haven't seen Shamrock actually fight. Like, the man was so cocky that he sent out his sword, his dogs, the Cerberus 3 swords, and said, yeah, if you survive this Loki, then I'll give you a fight. That means that Oda's portraying this guy as he thinks he's stronger than Loki, and we know how strong we think Loki is. So, yeah, I'm going to say Shamrock right now. Zoro fans are going to kill me for this, but I think Shamrock right now is stronger. Usually I wait for them to show more, but narratively he's being shown as stronger. But of course, Zoro has shown more because Zoro's in the series longer, obviously. So right now I'm going to say Shamrock, but if I'm wrong, I'll come back to you guys and I'll apologize. I'll be like, okay, sorry, Zoro fans. I'm going to tell you guys right now that it's actually Zoro that's stronger than Shamrock. But right now, I'm going for Figureland Shamrock. I'm going with Reek right now. I got to give it to him, bro. He called it, and I'm going to go with him. I'm gonna be on this guy's side for, he is kind of biased because he is a Gildart Shamrock fan, so he's kind of biased. But still, I'm going to go with it.
Sorry. Yeah, yo, you gotta root for Gildarts, man. Gildarts is clapping him, yo.
100p. But okay, this next question from Al D Zoni. He says this: do you all think King Harold is Yonko level because he was the second strongest on Elbaf, second to Loki, and if that, who do you think would beat in One Piece based off his narrative because Loki fought him? Honestly, King Harold, he got smoked by Loki, yo. So we know he's not Yonko level. That's for sure, 100%. Now, how do I say this? Yeah, he's strong because respects him. Everyone respects King Harold's power, but like he lost to Loki, and Loki was fighting not just King Harold. He was fighting a bunch of his men too at the same time, and the legendary Ja Rule. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Loki, he's strong, but he's not like, he probably is Yonko Commando level. I'm not gonna give him like Admiral or Yonko level. I'm not giving him the top tier of One Piece just off of that narrative of how he
Loki or Harold.
King Harold. I'm not giving him like a top tier.
I think you said Loki when you meant to say Harold.
Yeah, thank you for correcting me. But yeah, I meant what's his face, King Harold. The fact that I said what's his face, that guy's not top tier. Sorry guys, no, I'm not giving it to him. What do you think?
I'm gonna touch on that, but Flower Fog said, "What has Shamrock done?" Chill, my guy. Just wait. Oda, he's known for saving his top tiers. What has Dragon done? And he's still OP. So just chill, my guy. Just chill. We know that Zoro, he's got some aura. He's boosted up his stats, but he ain't Shamrock level. As far as Harold, ain't nobody checking for no Harold, man. Come on, man. Next question. Harold's garbage, though. It's like, nah. I think he was a good leader. Look at his
name, bro. He's called Harold.
He was a good leader.
He's called Harold, bro. Harold's his name.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. I think Harold, if anything, he was the strongest on Elbaf underneath Loki. I think that there's a huge gap between Loki and everybody else. We see Haji, isn't it Haji Rude? And he's like, oh, that's my brother. This man's father. Like, this man was getting clapped in Dressrosa. So Yeah, I think that everybody they're significantly weaker than Loki. So the fact that King Harold was the king, everybody respected him. I think he was the strongest amongst everybody but Loki. But when it comes to Loki, there's a huge jump. Like you said, I think he's vice admiral level or vice captain admiral level. I think that Harold he is not he's not built different.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I agree, bro. And the new question right here. This is a good question right here by Aldi Zoni. Will Sanji get Conquerors Haki? I personally say no. He hasn't shown. He hasn't shown. Let's say like he hasn't shown Conquerors Haki traits. So what do you guys think? I'm telling you guys right now, Sanji's getting Conquerors Haki coding. The reason why I say this is because look at the Roger Pirates. We had Roger with Conquerors Haki, we had Rayleigh with Conquerors Haki, we had Odin with Conquerors Haki, and Scopper Gabon probably will have Conquerors Haki. He was fighting Odin, so I think Sanji will get it. I think a lot of fans are not gonna like it, but I think Sanji does have kingly ambitions. The guy wants the all blue. He leads the crew whenever Luffy's down. The curly hat pirates was a thing after Dressrosa. I think Sanji. A lot of people don't want him to get Conquerors Haki because they feel like Luffy and Zoro should only have it, but honestly, I think Sanji will get Conquerors Haki, and if he doesn't, he's still strong. But I think he needs. I think Sanji was gonna reach top tier, so yeah, I think him having Conquerors Haki would, and he doesn't have a Delph fruit too, so like give it to him, bro. Like, if he doesn't have a Delph fruit, like how is he gonna fight Kizaru and like these top tiers and end of story? Like he needs something, bro. So that's why I think Sanji's gonna have Conquerors Haki. But what do you think, Reek, about Sanji? You did say you like Sanji, so I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, Sanji's my guy. I definitely do think he is gonna get it, but I think it's gonna be as a joke. Like we saw how he blocked Kizaru's laser, and he said he did it by the power of love. So I think that he's gonna like use it and like not a joke, but like a gag manner. Whereas it might not be as strong as Luffy's or Zoro, but like let's just say he used Conqueror's Haki to make all the females fall for him or something like that. Like I definitely do think that Sanji he's gonna get it, but it's not going to be to the same degree as Zoro or Luffy. But I definitely do think he's going to get it. And like you said, he wants to be the number one chef, reach the all blue, all that stuff. So the fact that he's in the big three and like how he's been compared to Scopper Gabon, just give it to him, man. He has to. Don't. That would be tragic if he got left out. Like we know his observation hockey is already different, but
Yeah.
just give the man. You gotta give it to him. He's Sanji, yo. Don't sleep on the big three. He's gonna need it.
Before his name is Unchained 101. I think it's a reference to the game. But yeah, he says this. This question is right here. He says, "Oh, it's pretty safe to assume Sabo will have awakened his Delph for the next time we see him." So, what are your thoughts on Sabo awakening the Mary no Mi the next time we see him? What do you think about that, Reek?
Oh man, Sabo once he's awakened to Devil Fruit, I think that'll put him equal with Luffy. Because, well, okay, maybe not Gear 5 because Gear 5 is like different, but I think he'll be like Luffy minus Gear 5 because Sabo, he's already crazy strong. He has strong hockey, was trained by Dragon, has an amazing Devil Fruit, but once you add, he's just going to be super OP. Like, I think that will honestly take him into like, that's the thing. Like, I want to say Luffy level, but Luffy, like, it's a little bit too much, but I definitely do think it's going to make him strong. At least Zoro level. I think he's at least going to be like Zoro, equal to, if not stronger than Zoro, like above Zoro a bit. But yeah, I think that once he does Awakening, it's going to take Sabo to a whole new level.
Yeah, I think Sabo awakening is pretty much guaranteed because you have to think about this, guys. Sabo is the potential of Ace. We didn't get to see Ace reach his full potential, so Sabo's gonna guarantee reach Ace's full potential, and that would be awakening the Mary no Mi. And I think it's gonna be one of the first awakening of Logias. We know Logia awakenings are something we have never seen in the series to this day. And we know about Zoan Awaken and the abilities that Zoans do when they awaken. We know about Paramecia awakening like Doflamingo Katakuri. So it's gonna be cool to see Sabo awaken his Mary no Mi. And I think Sanji kind of gave a hint to that when he did the blue flames in Wano. I think Sabo's probably gonna have blue flames when he awakens the Mary no Mi. It's gonna be insane, the things he's able to do. And Sabo already has insane hockey, so if he awakens, guys, he's gonna be on par with Luffy, guys. I honestly think, if not Luffy, around Zoro